School social workers, what do? Well, they're trained mental health professionals that help the growing mental health needs in our schools. 1 in 5 North Carolina high school students reported that they had seriously considered suicide, while almost 40% reported feeling depressed. Today, we're joined by Bakovia Lovett, a school social work consultant. So let's talk a little bit about this. Does every single school have a school social worker?
So right now, no, every school does not have a school social worker. There's only our ratio statewide right now is one to every a little over 1,000 students. And so that puts us at about a social worker serving anywhere between 1 and 3 schools in their service area.
Okay, and so how does a social worker impact our kids?
Right. So social workers are trained mental health professionals who work in schools, the school social worker. And what they do is really touch every area that might be a barrier to learning. And that might be housing or trauma or domestic and family issues or transportation or food access. Anything that gets in the way of students being happy, healthy, or safe is how we like to say it. Is really what impacts schools because whenever students walk in, they're walking in with whatever's happening to them and around them. And so social workers are there to really eliminate those barriers and help meet students and families where they are to ensure their success.
All right, and so how does a kid get help? Is it a combination of a student can ask, or a parent or a grandparent can ask on their behalf?
Yeah, so any parent, caregiver, adult, or student can ask to interact with the social worker. They can call the school. Different schools have different communication channels or apps or text devices back and forth that might be unique to their school. And yeah, they can always just ask for that school social worker and or the best way to reach them. And because they serve multiple schools, they may not be on site at that very moment, but they certainly have a system where they are able to respond in a timely fashion to anything that comes in terms of a referral.
I think that there's been a whole lot of mental health awareness over the last couple of years, but I also think there's probably still a little bit of a stigma like if we ask a social worker for help, then we're going to be put on a list. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so student needs have really dramatically changed in the last 6 years. We say now in this post-COVID world of mental health needs, and so because of that, on one end, it really has helped the conversation around mental health and needs and the depression and anxiety that our students face. But there are still some very strong stigmas around needing help. And we really want folks to understand that reaching out to the social worker is really more about allowing someone to identify the barriers and then connect you to the appropriate resources so that everybody succeeds. And we don't just work with students, we work with families. We're one of the unique positions in schools that families are also a part of our clients. And so we are in homes, we are in doctors' offices, we are helping navigate transportation systems, medical care, a lot of those things. And so we really want folks to understand that we are the connectors. We bridge between homeschools and communities.
All right, and are there barriers that social workers face that we might not even think of?
So the primary barrier is that the needs have grown faster than the support. And so right now we have students' mental health needs rising, but the numbers of professionals haven't kept pace. And so that is why the ratio discrepancy is so vast. Because we really need additional state funds to be able to support students in a more holistic fashion and more strategically to be able to reach all the students who we know through different data is experiencing challenges.
All right, but if a student or a parent or a grandparent feels like a school social worker could help them, they should get in touch with their school to find out the social worker and kind of go from there. We thank you for educating us on the whole issue of school social workers and how they meet the needs of kids and how there needs to be more of them. We appreciate that very much. If you missed this, maybe you need to send this to somebody. This is going to be in the Two Wants to Know section of our website.